Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing two different ways to make a gradient stamping image. One using this really cool blank space from the Lina Make Your Mark 03, which should be out of pre-order soon and back in stock. And then we're just going to do your typical gradient image. If you watched last week's Nails for Newbies, where I did the color placement and rainbow stamping, this is going to be very similar, but definitely a different technique. Make sure you check the description below for any timed links, as well as some discount codes for you regarding Lina's plates. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, the first gradient stamping that we are going to be doing is with this negative blank space image right here in the middle of the Make Your Mark 03 plate from Lina Nail Art Supplies. When she dropped this plate, it went nuts based off of this image alone. This takes gradient designs on your nail to a whole nother level. With this image alone, you could do so many things. You could do a solid color. You can even put your base coat on here, stamp it, put it on your nail. Do your base color on here, stamp it, put it on your nail. Then go in with your design. So you don't actually have to paint anything on your nails if you don't want to. But she made this image specifically for gradients, and there's been a lot of, not necessarily issues, but people not really understanding how to use it. So I thought I'd go in and I'd show you guys how to do the perfect gradient using this image. To use this, there's really two ways that you can do it. I will show you both ways in the demo, but you are going to scrape this image just like you would any other image. I'll have my completely basics to stamping video linked right here in the top right hand corner, so you can check that out if you need a refresher course. But let's go ahead and get into the demo. As you can see, that wasn't a perfect pickup. However, you can note the differences between last week's color placement stamping and this week's gradient stamping simply by the amount of times I passed my little scraper here over the image. When you are doing a gradient, the entire purpose is to fade the colors, making an ombre with the colors each step of the way. This image allows you to do that and to be able to place that gradient straight onto your nail without sponging or really a whole crap ton of cleanup that sponging the gradient onto your nail creates. It's genius in my opinion. I think it's fantastic and it's a lot of fun to use. So now let me show you the other way that you can use this image for a gradient. Going in from the image beside of the blank image on the plate makes it a little bit easier to get those colors to blend nicely together and to get it a smooth surface for pickup. As you can see, this pickup was much cleaner than the first one. Okay, so let's talk about making a gradient on an etched image or etched design on the plate. It is literally the exact same technique. The only difference between this technique, a gradient technique, and the color placement technique is that you are trying to fade or make an ombre between the colors you choose to do your gradient with. That requires multiple passes over the plate versus the one pass that you need to do for the color placement stamping. Again, I'll have that linked right up there if you missed that one from last week, and it will also be at the end of the video. And here you have your actually gradiated stamp with the etched image on the plate. I will note, especially seeing over here, when you do a gradient stamp or color placement stamp for that matter, you are using a lot more polish than you normally would to do just one color over a stamp. So you do need to make sure that you get that excess out of the way. But yeah, that's basically about it. That sums everything up. Making a gradient with a stamp is so super easy. It is so super cool, and it adds a whole lot of fun to an image. I hope you guys like this one. Don't forget to check the link down below for any missed information, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.